years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
Zenitsu wasn't doing the main themes anymore, but oh, so good. He blew it out of the park. Oh man, I was trying really hard not to just start singing along with it, because I remember watching that trailer several times over and over and over just to listen to that theme. It's so good. Oh man. So everyone, welcome to Shadowbringers, possibly one of the thing that really got Final Fantasy XIV started, as a main contender. It's good. It's really good. I love this. I love it. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be great. I love it. Let's do it. Let's start. I'm so excited. Oh, you lost almost all of the opening. It's okay, Seabook. You'll see it later. It's really good. It's so good. Oh man. All right. So here's Calosa. She's a little different this time around. She does have the Baron circlet and the Baron earrings. She has Cecil's circlet and earrings because I figured we should probably take a look at her new hairstyle. Yeah, she's very grunge at this point. Check it out. The world is currently full. Nice. I just have to cut that just a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. No worries. No worries. Fine. Oh man. I can't believe people didn't all move to the Australias. Sucks. Oh man. So how are you guys? Yeah, Seabook gets it. Calosa's using black because she's a Shadowbringer. It is. It's true. You've got it. You've absolutely got it. All right. Let's start. Let's do it. Let's start our new game plus. Done. All right. Let us resume the suspended chapter. Hello, LV. Thanks for coming. You missed the opening, but that's okay. And you missed me faffing about because I'm an idiot. Oh, right. I needed to do this. I need to suspend it. I need to delete it, and then I need to start it over. Because I'm an idiot. It's okay. I need to abandon the chapter, and then I need to restart it. And then, as a result, yeah, you can see all the things that are going on down here. There we go. As Alamigo is at last free from Imperial rule. But that liberty may prove fleeting as the Empire moves to both reclaim this bloodied nation and subjugate all of Eorzea. In their hour of need, however, they cannot turn to the Warrior of Light, nor to the Scions who yet slumber, their souls adrift. The realm is left to struggle without its saviors, for they have been beckoned beyond time and space. Beckoned to the first. Here we go. Yes, thank you, LV. Yes, I had it down so that we could watch it, but thank you for reminding me, because you know me, I totally would have forgotten. Thank goodness. Tara is itching to share what appears to be good news. Thank you for telling me, because you know me, I'm the worst about that.
Good news, Calosa. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover.
Sounds like tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. Welcome to Shadowbringers, where the Warrior of Light decided to be an edgy boy this entire time. Oh man. The Warrior of Light gets so many edgy, responses. It's inane. It's insane. Anyway,
then we'd better go and give them a hand.
Let's do this. Thank you, LV.
My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. The sooner we can work out how to help our friends and also beat up everyone who kidnapped our best friends. Also, I just realized that the red tinge works on our tails. I never knew that. Now I do. We'll have to find a way to make them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Thanks, Elf, thanks. I thought that this might be a little presumptuous to use the Warrior of Light's haircut and then give it the Warrior of Light red. The fighter red. But nothing is not presumptuous. Let's do it. Oh, nice. It's nice that we get the crystal theme going in. I almost don't want to get off. Sorry. See ya, Keating.
Headed to the survey site, ma'am. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat.
Let's do it. Oh, hey, Coltonay is here too, and Hoary Boulder. Everyone's coming.
Calosa, the search continues, but I have no doubt we'll find this beacon of yours.
Why mine? Alright, because no one else is coming. I've detected no slavering beasts in the vicinity. My sister accepted.
Hey-oh!
The Archons need our help. Next to that, even matters of the heart don't seem to matter. I just noticed that she's wearing like short shorts and like showing off her thighs. Yeah, this lady is thirsty. Hey, Coltonay. The air here weighs heavily upon me. 'Tis little wonder, I suppose, when standing in the shadow of such an imposing structure. Oh yeah, here it is. That's the Crystal Tower there. Oof. Jeez. Did anyone else have anything to say?
Ironworks is out in force. Master Garlon's orders.
Aw, thanks, Sid. That towering edifice is the outer wall of the Crystal Tower's foundation, the labyrinth of the ancients, to be precise. Oh, hey, cool. So this, it's not necessarily the Crystal Tower, that's the labyrinth. Anyway, Tatara, what's up? Cutscene. That's what's up.
Look how many people there are!
Wow, look at how fast we got into a voiced cutscene. It's almost like Final Fantasy XIV actually has a budget now.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like and we'll make ourselves a pile.
That makes sense? Question mark? Sure.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Hey, Biggs.
Biggs! Wedge!
Did you blush?
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions.
Heck no!
Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Oh, thanks, Biggs.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
Heck yeah. Alright, look at us sifting through rubble.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Oh. Huh? What's this over here? Kind of
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
Sorry, Biggs. I found something on the floor here.
What's that you got there?
Not sure.
Now that looks promising.
Yeah, it's so weird. It has a Garland Ironworks marking on it.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Why? Why would they be down here?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice.
I can't.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Well, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
You got it. Just like before. But maybe. Huh? I'm flying now. Great.
For showing me the dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're playing to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight.
Away with you.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Herbert? I was the warrior of darkness. Nymphalia?
Your time has not yet come.
Helvie lost their sprout in there. Can you look for it? Sorry, but everything went by too fast. I'm sorry, Helvie. I missed it. Dark presence? Is it a monster? It's blinding. What the? Purple trees? Well, I know I'm not in Eorzea anymore, at the very least. My head. That light, it's so bright.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
I know that voice. What? A chocobo. And a wanderer. Maybe I can get some information from him. Hello?
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Night? Huh? But... Huh? But it's as bright as the day!
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time.
What? What are you talking about?
And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, he'd reply.
Last time we had a dart?
Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
100 years without night? Oh no. How is that possible?
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
What? Is it Sin's toxin? No thanks. Yeah, we gotta talk about Sin's toxin.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby.
Town? Which one? Hey, Chocobo.
Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Mysterium. Sorry. Crystal Tower.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire, its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
What? How?
There, it will all begin anew, between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
Title drop. Helvy's right. This first area is so pretty and so good. But then again, I love purple. Any purple. Oh, let's go. But I just love that opening. So good. Oh, hey, we can sprint. Why not? But how? How is the Crystal Tower here? It's in our world. Is the Crystal Tower some focal point that appears in every world? I don't understand.
Maybe someone can tell me when I arrive. Purple is the best. Elvie gets it. Elvie knows.
Halt!
It? Who are you?
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Yeah, that's because I'm new. Whoa, you figured it out.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
What is your name? What is your quest? Sure, lay it on me. Why not?
From where do you hail?
Oh crap. Of course. I'm from Gridania, obviously.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
Your face doesn't exist, but you don't see me complaining.
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin, but instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Elfie. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was a big burn. Get out of here, creepy bunny lady. No one cares. Wait! I did... Oh, that wasn't for me. What in the world is that thing? Some sparkle gargoyle.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
A ring? Wait a minute. The peddler had a ring just like that. This isn't your grandpappy's Final Fantasy. People die in this.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Look at this nerd. Elvie knows he's a giant nerd. But also, Aqua, you're a rabbit, so I'll give you a nice tasty carrot if you let me pass. Aqua, that's racist. Oof, a big oof. Nerd. This giant nerd. Crystal Exarch, huh? Look at him. He's even got to, name himself stupid things like Exarch to get people to notice him. No one is gonna notice you, you big giant nerd. Anyway, can't wait to beat him up.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known.
Yeah, they were all kidnapped. I bet I know who these mysterious friends are.
Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Sure, whatever, lady. Oh, she's smiling. Oh.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Yeah, and because I got a lot. And if you don't answer them correctly, I will probably punch you. Straight up. Don't test me. Yeah, I like him too, but he's a big giant nerd and we gotta punch him. A lot.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
Yeah, you're holding my friends captive, and you're like, oh yeah, thanks for answering my summons. Yeah, for their coercion, but sure, let's keep going. Yeah, bow.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters.
No.
But I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief.
Oh, you meant you were intending to teleport me into wherever you are. Okay, I thought you were gonna walk me into your private chambers, because I would have absolutely gut punched you, like, probably gut kicked you, but whatever.
And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
Well, of course, like, I was largely oblivious to the fact that I lived on the source. Like, who the heck knows about all this stuff? Aside from nerds, like you.
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Yeah, by kidnapping them. Figure that part out. Jeez. Yeah. Do you have any idea how much trouble you caused, you little jerk? But no, I gotta ask about the Scions. This is much more important. Where are my friends?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Oh, the gut punching is happening. It's absolutely happening. Also, Aqua's right. Calosa's married. Kind of. But she is. Like, straight up, Crystal Exarch, do not even innuendo, because you will get gut kicked. Don't even.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above.
Yeah, I'll begin by glaring my face into your brain hole face. Whatever. Fine. I know, it's light.
Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light.
Perhaps even a flood.
It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now.
Alteron, excuse me, Crystal Exarch, did you not hear what I said the last time we spoke? Let the punching commence. No, okay, we'll let him speak. Before, you gotta make sure that we absolutely know that he's 100% a bad person who kidnaps friends. Then we can punch him.
Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity.
My absolute favorite thing was they were doing a making of, like, Shadowbringers like thing, and one of the developers was like, oh, we were just making some, like, things, drawing pictures of the stuff, and then we were thinking, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if, like, because they're light and stuff, so, like, the light are always, like, usually seen as good, so, like, this. What if they were called Sin Eaters? Like, they eat the darkness, they eat evil. Like, that would be so cool. And it's so amazing. Mr. Michael Koji Fox actually accepted one of our names. He never does that. He always says it's bad and not good enough for English ears, but this one he actually said was really good. We're really proud of it. It was so wholesome and adorable. So welcome to Sin Eaters. This is a wholly Japanese word. They did it. They found out a word in Japanese that makes sense. It's adorable.
It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Okay, well, flattery will get you absolutely nowhere, Exarch. You better start with the actual talking. I get it. You want me to save this world, but you could have done it without kidnapping all of my friends and also my husbando. Like, I'm just saying.
Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well.
I'm just... What? Wait, okay. What? What do you mean?
But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Sounds like a plan. Crystal Tower. I still don't get it. Okay, now you better start explaining. Yeah, you could have led with that exactly, Aqua. Don't you walk away. Alteron has seen Calosa way too often and knows her intricacies of Dark Knight punching. Don't you walk away, bitch. I will end you. Wow, so cool. So awesome. Wow, it's beautiful.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Yeah, the little Amaro, right, Aqua? They're so cute. What about this loser coming in here? Aw, here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. The Syracuse Trench is finally finished. Cheese. Crystal excellence. Oh, by the way, now that we're finally here, we have a page 63. Let's just, you know what, Crystal Exarch, I'm gonna love you. Give me a minute. Page 63. Though unable to read the arcane script penned in blood across this forbidden tome discovered in the Great Gooby Library, you sense that there is much power in the words, or it could simply be the fact that the book follows you. No dusty tome doth capture in ink what these terrible beings are now become. Thanks, Uriange. And also, thank you, Alteron. There's a moderately famous little series about a Lalafell just angry at everyone because she's too small, so it's mad because small. But what was it? As you can see, we're just getting by here. Everyone's gonna die, and we're all gonna die here. But we're almost ready to lay down and die. But just getting by with this beautiful place here. Yep. Thank you. I'ma love you, I love you, Crystal Exarch. I'ma let you finish, but first, let's look at this minion. Exactly. Or what was it? T-pose in front of Crystal Exarch to assert our authority. Straight up, page 63 is more important than you at this point. You are just under the yokai watch minions on my acceptance list. Assert dominance, sorry. A T-pose to assert dominance. Thank you, Jesus. Because I was trying to say assert my dominance, but you don't really say that. I guess it's just assert dominance. Sure, whatever. I'm bad at memes, okay, you guys? Might as well just stop watching here. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you to first gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. Make sure that you wander around the city and get all of the aetherites so that you know everything that's going on here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. I love how it's basically like, dude, you kidnapped all of my friends, and like, I'm gonna tell you everything that's gonna happen, but first you better wander around this city and like make out with everyone in here, like. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. So, apparently my body got taken along with me, so I'm actually fully here, and I can actually just teleport back to Eorzea whenever I want. This doesn't actually come up, like, in story a whole lot, but yeah, if you absolutely must, you can teleport back if you need to. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further, because it would suck if you couldn't get back anyway. Hint. As you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetherite and head out to the left to arrive at the Crystalline Mead. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Katniss, one of the people I should like you to meet. Are you sure it's not Katniss, and that she overthrew you one day, and now she's the leader of the world or whatever? I forgot what happened in the Hunger Games. It was a joke. It's bad. Another is Morin. To reach him and his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take an exit on the left, and continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. Also, Aqua, are we gonna talk now? No. First you need to take a tour. This is the dumbest thing. I'm so angry. I was so angry. I wanted to punch Crystal Exarch so much. It's like, yes, I understand that, like, this is game stuff, but, like, you don't kidnap people's friends and then be like, oh yeah, go take a tour of the city. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He's to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetherite Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel of the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. Do you get it? It was a joke. Heh, very good. I concede the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll find its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. So you're mysterious, huh? When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. This concludes our tour of the Crystarium. Please make sure to exit through the gift shop and have a lovely day. Great! Are you going to tell me what's going on now? No. Well, this guy really wants to T-pose. Now. Thank you for coming along. Okay. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure together, sir. I don't know. Do I need to attune to the Aetherite? I wonder what happens. I already am attuned. I guess no one else is here, so we're in a separate instance. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly different currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to aetherites in the source. There we go. I can do it! Alright, let's go figure out. Can I use the mini aetherites? I totally can! You know what? I'm just gonna do that. Nice! Oh, nice! Hey, Temple Tap! Alright, here's a Cabinet of Curiosity. I guess I should have walked. I'll walk next time, at least a little bit, so that if people actually get it. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. Alteron calling me out on being a cheater. I am. I'm sorry, I'm a cheater. I'm a big fat cheater. I'll give a more in-depth one in a bit.
Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic rules, you see, and, well, well, yeah, I'm new. What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even. A scrap of scribbled on parchment. Calosa just grabs page 63 and hugs it close to her. No, don't take my book from me. My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin, at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. What about movies? Oh. Morin is adorable. You're right. I fell in love with him instantly. He's such a nerd. He's an adorable nerd. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. Yeah, welcome to, what was it? The Alexandrian Library burning. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And that was just one library. Instead of, you know, the world exploding with light. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, I was just told to look around and talk with people. Oh, so you've an interest in modern history? Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. Oh boy, is it time. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. It just has a little, children's, the picture book. Just a moment, I'll fetch it for you. Here it comes. Oh, waiting. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson, then. Oh, he's got his little book, and he's holding it like a cute little childie. 100 years ago, or near enough to not matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and the approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvorant, and Norvorant alone spared the fate of erasure. Aqua, Exarch wasn't gonna tell us what was going on. Thank goodness cute little nerd will. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness, descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect began to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norverant's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company.
Your exchange with Morin has taught you about the flood of light. That implies that the Exarch is a Chad or not a nerd? I'm just saying. So actually, Morin is more of a Chad than the nerdy ass Exarch. So anyway, here we are. This is where all the people practice herbalism and trying to grow like different plants to like for medicines and food. So that's pretty cool. This is nothing. You can look over all the pretty plants if you want, I guess. Go up this way. There's the etherite that I teleported from. If you go out that way, you can see these cute little weird flappy thingies. They are adorable. And look, we've got like Amalja. Ooh, the Amalja are living alongside us. That's interesting. But they're not beasts. They're just regular people. Anyway, this way was where, what was it? Baldy? I think that was his name. Froggy, that was it. Baldy. This is the shopping district. You can even see there's a summoning board, a summoning bell, and a market board if you need to buy things, and the people over there will sell if you need to. Anyway, Broggy, Baldy Broggy. Oh crap, he's a Hrothgar, so he's like literally the opposite of Baldy. He's just covered in fur. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. What the? Welcome. My name is Broggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the distinct other district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for mistel such as yourself, so finding yourself something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Mistel? What the crap? Wait, I'm sorry, did you say mistel? What in the world? Something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The short one is a Hume. Oh, hey, that's the name of the humans in Final Fantasy XI, which is kind of hilarious. Tall one is an elf. That sturdy individual over there is a Galgant, which, if I recall, was also the name of the big burly ones in Final Fantasy XI. I'm honestly forgetting, though, because I don't remember much. Whilst to the one with the horns is a Drawn. And there you have the large scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. What the? Weird. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. I'm come from where the Crystal Exarch is from. Ah, same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer any of your questions. Your exchange with Broggy has taught you about the peoples of the first. Now those people just disappeared. I wanted to talk to them. Alright, last one. Crystalline mean. Anyway, yeah, so there's all these things. We'll end up seeing more later. Now, you can go up the stairs either way. They both lead up to the same one, so I'm just gonna take a... Actually, I'll just go this way. Either way, it's gonna be a little iffy. But this one makes it so I can do a little hop here. There we go. Nice. Now I'm out. I'm out, bitches. Yeah, Alteron made mention, right. Wait, he's met our friends before? Because he's met other people who have been, like, with the Crystal Exarch, so those must be our friends, right? But he said over the recent years. That doesn't seem right. We were only, maybe like a month, like at most. Something seems fishy. Hello, Katniss. Are you gonna make out with two different boys? Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm gonna guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized, too, thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed out to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Where the Crystal Exarch's from. Oh, one of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. You're just like that other Mistel that was coming by. Helps out with us once in a while. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. Oh, what? It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood there for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He doesn't age either? Maybe I won't age if I live here. No. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catalyst, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catalyst has taught you about life in the Crystarium. It's actually hilarious that you call her Katniss, Alteron says, because I just started watching this month's Best of the Worst, and the guest was in the Hunger Games. Freaky timing. Freaky Friday. Alright, I'm gonna use the Ethernet shard to go back to the plaza at least. At least then that's not technically cheating, because I would have picked it up by now anyway. There you go. But yeah, it's nice to be able to like see the like how people get to where they are. If I just started teleporting around immediately, I think you guys, like, especially like Mishu and stuff, would just actually get lost. So don't want that to happen. So here's the big area here. Pay no attention to the dungeon map icon on the mini map. Crystal Exarch, what's up?
Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people?
An account of how the Exarch summoned the Crystal Tower and the city built by the refugees who sheltered there. So this isn't like the same Crystal Tower. Like the Crystal Tower doesn't like exist in multiple worlds. This was summoned here. It was. He couldn't stop. He couldn't stop with our friends. He had to kidnap our very own Crystal Tower too. This guy is just kidnapping left and right. This guy is just a kidnapper extraordinaire. An account of how the warriors of light caused the flood, which later led to the appearance of the saviors, and an account of how the races of the source are known by different names than the first. Water.
Yes, it seems you are treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before you proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noticed that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source. Transported to the first in its entirety.
Yeah, see? Kidnapped! This guy is kidnapping our own, like, monuments. What the crap, man?
It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion.
So, wait. Crystal Exarch, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Number one, you managed to summon a giant-ass freaking tower, and you messed up summoning me? Crystal Exarch, you summoned a giant-ass freaking tower, and you couldn't even summon me, right? Crystal Exarch, you are bad at your job, I'm just saying. A tower doesn't have a soul, to be fair, Alteron says. Yeah, but see, then he couldn't even get the bodies of our people. Like... We...
You've done as I requested, and I learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades.
Yeah, we'll see.
That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however, and I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things. But I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Just like that? Then Grahatia is... Where's Grahatia? I am not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? He's a friend. He locked himself away in the tower. An extraordinary tale. But I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery for another time. For now, I think it best that we focused on the present.
Now, for those of you playing at home, I am going to... I'm not going to say anything else, but if you guys recall from A Realm Reborn, the only people who can even open this door, much less control the tower itself, and help drag me into the first, would have to be someone who has royal blood within them. So either he is somehow an Allegan royal, which makes absolutely no sense because he's from the first, that doesn't make any sense. Or he has kidnapped a member of the royal family and is abusing and forcing him to do his bidding. I don't trust this guy. Like, straight up. Straight up. This guy has kidnapped. This guy is so far flung into the kidnapping brigade. He thinks that he can lie his way into me accepting him, when it's very obvious that he has Grahatia locked up in a dungeon somewhere. Like, straight up, this guy. Yeah, start talking now, Aqua. We are going inside. If he does not say anything, it is time. It is time for the gut punch. It is time for the gut kick. It is time for the crotch kick. It is time for the boot to the head. We got a bunch of stuff in store for you, Mr. Exarch. Yeah, rip Graha. Graha is like either in a dungeon or he's been like tortured and like his eyes got ripped out of him or something. I mean, this was supposed to be the dark and edgy version, so I'm just saying.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard.
So, it overheard of you screaming as I stab my sword straight through your sternum. I'm just asking, just to take some notes, just to make sure, like how overheard are we talking about?
I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions.
This is the first thing on my lips, Crystal Exarch. Please.
To put it simply, they are here in the first.
Yes.
Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
Okay.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Wait, so like a second has passed over in the source right now? Instead of just doing the, whoa, we need you over here right now, you could have said, whoa, time passes differently. If you help us in, only a second will pass. I mean, I guess the pace fluctuates. So, maybe, tomorrow it'll pass for, 10 years, and then everyone will be dead. So, nice. Good job, Crystal Exarch. You've doomed Eorzea, just saying.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Hey! Thanks, Deus Ex Machina, for making it exactly the same amount of time between the two of us, so that if your friends are over there in Eorzea and you're still here, it wouldn't be weird. Air quotes.
As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelt here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Thancred's was 5? Wait. Wasn't Aeonica? Didn't Aeonica get... No. I need to go through all the things. I remember Urianger... Rian was taken with Urianger and Yustola, so that he's been here for 3 years as well. Alteron, I'm forgetting when Alteron was taken, but it might have been Thancred? I thought it might have been with Thancred too, so geez. 5 years! Rip Rian, yeah! Jeez.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Annika went with Alfie. Okay, but yeah, as I was mentioning, Alfie and Alice, I was pretty sure were about together. We're about a year, even though technically they were off a little off. Yeah. So everyone. Jeez. So yeah, only Thancred was 5 years then. Okay, I think that was it. Only Thancred was 5 years. Brienne was 3. I'm forgetting Galjian. I think we decided Galjian was also with Alphino and Alice. Did Galjian come with us? Jeez. You know what? I should have looked this up.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
Well, at least that shows that Rian and I are still bonded. Only a year of annoying Urianshe? Yeah, sorry, Elvie. Rip.
As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
I love how it's always Thancred who's the naked one.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
You've kidnapped my husband? And this whole time we've been separated? This whole time my husband and I have been separated because he wanted to go back to working his job? And now he's stuck here forever and can't get back? You little piece of... He saw everyone naked. That's true, Aqua. He saw all of the girls naked. Woohoo! He saw Rian naked. Oh no. Not that Rian would mind, let's be honest. Then find a way to send them back. It's just not hard.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least.
You spent every waking hour? Well, do some more waking hours. There's more hours you could be doing because I'm good. The sword is itching. Sternum stabbing. I'm ready. Anyway.
As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianshe shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
Wait, he had a vision?
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianshe saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Future?
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source.
A calamity.
This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
I remember. That was actually beginning to start. Like, Y'shtola was mentioning that there was the thinning of ether. So Urianshe must be seeing what will happen.
Amongst those who perished, Urianshe clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
What?
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
So the Sin Eaters are what's causing the calamity? I do remember the Asians were talking about, like, doing stuff in this world, and then if, like, in the other worlds, and then if they do those in the other worlds, then they can create a calamity and merge the worlds together. That's what the Warriors of Darkness were trying to do back during Heaven's Word. So this Sin Eaters might be that harbinger.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, but I'm saying it does kind of add up a little bit.
And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home.
There we go. Thank you, Crystal Exarch. If you really are being a nice person and not kidnapping my best friends and shoving them in dungeons and ripping out their eyes. I'm just saying. I'm watching you.
What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
But thou must. You're for want of a better choice. But I'll see you keep that promise. I've got a sword with your name on it.
Excellent. You will not regret this.
Now, where is everyone?
With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort.
Where are my...
While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Where are my friends? You'd better talk about my friends and where they are. Well, I suppose I could talk for a little bit about them. Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Alright then, and we can actually go this way instead. Through here, there's two connecting points. This was where we went to go speak with Froggy, and this way is where we go to get to the Pendants, our suite, but also speak with Crystal Exarch. It turns out that as we're walking, Crystal Exarch made mention that Aeonica is actually working here in the Crystarium as a guard under Crystarium guard under that rabbit lady. So haven't run into her just yet, but we'll find out if we meet up with her at any time soon. Hillel was actually the person that Catbliss was talking about, working in the Crystalline Beam. So that makes sense. Hillel always did like to work with his hands. Ho ho ho. Oops, not page 63. I mean, page 63 is more important than this guy, but...
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Question mark? I guess they just like shinies.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here.
Hey.
And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough, not to matter.
Ho ho ho, of course. That makes perfect sense.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower. Some of which may be familiar to you.
Stones. Tombstones? Oh no, not more. Always tombstones.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. Avan Kerm Sin?
What's this random Celtic? Or Gaelic or whatever?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
What the?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
I guess? Wait, can you just take things into other worlds? What?
How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
Hey, look, I didn't actually technically have a choice, but, yeah, we'll go with that.
After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
I'm not giving you my name, if that's what you're asking. I know pixies. I know exactly what you guys are up to.
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
I think I'm whole. I mean, yeah?
Just as I thought. Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass.
Sure, that makes sense.
From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
That's beautiful branch and adorable sapling. I am pretty adorable, so I'll take it.
Raise your hand.
At least she's giving me a name instead of asking for mine. So I'll take it. I'll accept it. Oh yeah, this is super shoe. This is like super Irish, Gaelic, Celtic. We got it all here.
'Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling.
Heck yeah!
Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
This yours?
Mayhap a message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Send a message to Tataru. Tell her that we're all fine over here.
Consider it done.
So now that Feaul's connected with us, they can go into
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings.
Yeah, so they're gonna be able to go into people's dreams and tell them, like, oh, hey, Calosa's not dead, yay!
They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
Oh, you're visiting a friend? Oh my gosh. I hope the horses are having fun. Say hi to Pony for me. And say hi to Pony Husbando.
Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
As a result of your pact with Theoul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. Yep. So this is basically how you can interact with the more municipal side of the when you're in another world. It kind of makes sense. Sure, why not? If you go to the summoning bell, actually, Theoul will appear and be like, oh, I'll go into their dreams and tell them what to wear. And it's like, okay, that makes sense, sure. Alright, let's go take a nap. Hey, Crystal Exarch. Are we good? I'm still not sure if I should punch you or not. After what you, all this stuff you did. I'm still thinking about it. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the manner of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use of as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Calosa. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, and may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Well, technically it was supposed to be nighttime, even though it's bright out. Pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready. Would you, if you'd care to retire? Let's do it. There are horses there, but yes, there is a friend that we call Pony, yeah. Well, this looks pretty nice. Got a glamour dresser, an armoire, a tea kettle, a summoning bell. It's got it all. The light. So pervasive. What the? That dark shadow? Wait a minute. I know that person.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
And you're the warrior of darkness from... that one time I beat the crap out of you. What are you doing here? Yeah, the warrior of darkness. Who are you again? When I beat you up, it was Thursday. Ha! The warrior of darkness? What are you doing in my room? This is private property. I'll gut kick you. Don't think I won't.
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Yeah. I mean, you're like doing your little shiny wooey thing, but like what?
Oh, gods, how long has it been?
That was what I called myself in your world. The warrior of darkness.
That's what you did. Also Alteron. Room's haunted. Pumps shotgun. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, absolutely.
My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source, A daft one, looking back.
His alias was like Arbert. Like, he just took out the D. Ooh.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood.
Wait. They were mentioning it with the Warriors of Light caused the flood by killing the Shadowkeeper. So you were Warriors of Light, you had your crystals, and then you came to the source because of the Flood of Light, and then everything exploded. So back in Heavensward was only about, I don't know, a month or two ago, technically, I would say, in terms of story. So it's been 100 years in this world when it was only like a month in our world. Like, what? Who did it? Poor Bert. Yeah, funny thing, Aqua. When Ardbert came up and I was writing my story with Adelbert and everything, like, it took me a lot. I kind of wanted to make a reference at some point, but like I held back. Bert, he is a Bert.
We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Asians. Let them guide us to the source and tried to hasten their God's damned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrand.
Right, that was it. He was mentioning he did everything right, but then the Flood of Light came anyway.
Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
So you're the only one left?
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
They said it was 100 years since that time.
100 years. 100 long years.
You've been wandering this whole time? You are a ghost.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room.
Yeah, you were all dark and everything, but now you're bright. It's almost like... Is something telling us that we need to do something together?
Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Yeah, see, that's my question, too. I didn't choose this, Mr. Crystal Exarch. Well, let me explain this whole thing from the beginning, so that you want to punch Crystal Exarch too. Maybe we could punch them together. That would be fun.
You were summoned to save the first.
That's what he said, apparently.
A waste of time. This world is beyond saving. Like those who try to save
Hey, 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 hey! You were really excited to be murdering all the bad people back in the day, so be excited to murder all the bad people today, too, okay? Don't be a sad boy. I'm sorry that all this bad stuff happened, but we gotta try. Trying is the best thing we can do at this point. Wipe off the blood off of your axe. It's a little weird, and then we can go and fight some bad guys. It'll be cool.
Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that.
Never mind then. You know what? Be a sad sack. See if I care. Don't care.
But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured.
Good, good. Keep holding to that.
If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light.
See you around, Ardbert.
But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Oh, so edgy! Shadowbringers! The edges! Ah, the edge! Please wash your axe, Aqua says. You're just as bad as a Stinkian. Alteron, you know, the thing with being immaterial is it makes it very hard to interact with the physical world. Yeah, but his axe is also immaterial, so, like, shouldn't he just be able to, like, wipe it off with his ghost hand? I'm just saying. How the edge? Aqua knows. Oh. I do love this game. I do love Shadowbringers. It's very good, but it's so edgy, and I'm gonna make fun of it, because that's what I do. I make fun of edge. My entire shtick, man. It's been my shtick since the beginning. Is to make fun of edgy things. Oh, man. I am the Knight of Dark. Yeah. I am Calosa. They're so edgy. Yeah, but this is like a main reason why I wanted to do the Dark Knight as the story instead, because it really does help make it look cool for this in particular. Warrior of Darkness. Everyone, never stop making fun of the Warrior of Darkness. Office barn cat trapped to me. Is she on your lap?
How did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
It's haunted. My room is haunted. Exarch, excuse me? Pump shotgun. Room's haunted. I had a ghostly visitor. I swear to you, it's haunted. This place is haunted AF. I'm just saying.
I was not aware the room was haunted. And you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know.
Crystal Exarch, it doesn't believe me. You know what? I don't believe Crystal Exarch, so feelings mutual, bitch.
Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
Here we go.
This map shows the lands of Northrend, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
You will also find Elvi there as well. Elvi and Urianger have been forming quite a rapport over the past time that they've been together there.
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
Hilariously, it doesn't seem like anyone has been working with her. It's almost like no one likes her. It's very strange.
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calosa, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
Rian has also been working in Yulmore. In fact, for a while, he worked there as our spy for quite a few years. Mysteriously, he ended up not being able to come into contact with us.
For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement.
He has also been searching for any way to hear what Rian has been up to. It's a little disconcerting, to be quite honest.
Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armorang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calosa or Armorang? It matters not which you choose to visit first.
It's almost like, what was it, the Heaven's Word in Stormblood, where you choose one or the other and go on and get introduced to an area, half of an area, before you go on to the next part later.
Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Yes! Why can't I use my chocobo?
Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters.
Dalgin has been assisting him in however way she can. I am unsure where they are at present moment.
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Rip Jadelin, I know! Why can't I bring Jadelin? I love how they do make mention. I get pulled in, and then I have all of my mounts, and it's like, how? And they're like, well, they are attached to you, and you own them, so they count among your possessions, question mark. It's really hilarious. Anyway, in search of Alphino, people were asking who I'm gonna go for first. Alphino, if you do Alice and then Alphino, there is a huge tonal whiplash, and I think it's the dumbest thing. This was one of my main gripes about Shadowbringers, is that I get that you're supposed to be able to choose like two things and go to different places, but if you go Alice and Alphino, the tonal whiplash is absolutely destructive. Do Alphino first, just straight up, please. Like, please do that. You will visit Alphino in Calosa, then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction. Presented to Zem Genmai, the master of beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Everyone chose Alice first. I remember when I was first doing this, and like I asked Alteron, Alteron, who should I go with first? And Alteron was like, obviously Alice, and so we all went Alice, and the tonal whiplash absolutely just destroyed me. And it was like, why? So, yeah. I don't do Alphino first. I know everyone loves Alice. I know she's adorable. I know it would be fun and great. I swear to you. it just fits thematically and story-wise. It fits so much better to do it this way, I swear.
Your face is unknown to me. What business have you on my rookery?
I have a letter of introduction, signed by the Crystal Exarch. Here you are.
Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an armor road for passage to Calosa. I will pick you out a friendly whelp.
Not a chocobo?
A chocobo? Do you hail from one of Norveron's more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little elves. But here in the Crystarium, mounts like that gray fellow there are more commonly used. Seeing as how you are plainly unaccustomed to riding armor, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zootan worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts.
Alright. And see, there's these little... No, wait. There they are, these little Amaros. Look at them! Aren't they adorable? They actually, you can't see it, but they actually have 4 wings. They have 6 limbs. Yeah, so they're very cute. We don't get to see them moving very much, though. Are there any around here? No. I thought some of them might be jumping around, but nah. We might see them when we fly out. Best for last and all, Mishu knows. Alright, so, I am going to go to the Crystalline Mean to show us how to get to the Amaro launch. You can go from the Crystal Tower over this way and go up through the ballistics and go that way, or you can go from the Crystalline Mean and go up this way. Both ways will get you there relatively quickly, but there you go. But this one has the delivery Moogle, just in case you need to pick up some letters if you need to. Don't ask how there's a delivery Moogle in the first. I mean, we already talked about how they were pixies. Good. That Beowulf person doing that. You just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Exactly. Oh my gosh, the Amaro are so cute. I know. I love Amaro.
You want to fly an Amaro to Calosa? Well, I suppose if Master Zhenmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mounts shortly.
You can now travel to Calosa. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the island. You may now use your ether compass to assist with locating ether currents in new regions. The ether compass can be found under the collection in the duty section of the main menu. Thank you. Thank you for telling me about the ether compass. Let's do it. Let's fly with little Amaros. Wow, look at them!
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Oh yeah, Aqua, it takes a long while to get that to happen. Cat face. Maybe Calosa has one.
We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Calosa. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin-Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of.
Yulmore.
Spy you that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Yulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone so far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee.
but to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best.
Rian's there, being a spy. If he got caught, I can't imagine what would happen.
It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city.
You got it.
Yeah, welcome to Calosa. I immediately thought that with the map as well. We had a thing in the middle, in a forest, that's Gridania. Now we have Yulmore over here on an island, and then in the south where Alice was, there was a desert. It is very much just Eorzea. It's really cute. I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely.
Alright. I do love how they mentioned that the tide doesn't change, because if there's no moon, then there's no shifting of the tides. It's pretty cool. He plainly deems it worthy of your undivided attention. Okay.
If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Clusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return.
Sounds good. Yeah! Rian might get in trouble. Also, hobgoblins! They can use Goblin Punch. It's kind of hilarious. And look, we got Goobies, except now they're called Maltash. Mustache? Malstache. That's their name now. Oh, here we go. Here's Ivor. Oh, hey, look! Hey, look, it's a Hrothgar, but he's blue and he has a horn. Slowly turns to the camera. Dun 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 dun.
What are you after? Fish? Crab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you have a taste for them.
Lake thyme, a fragrant herb commonly found growing along the floodplains of the source. Of the source? But we're on the first! Was that a mistake? I think that was a mistake. I think that might be a typo. Huh? But yeah, the Hrothgar in the first are called Ronso, so this is our first introduction to a real, like, straight-up Kimari Ronso.
Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in a pan, it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what can I do for you? Can't say that there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks.
Nothing from Rian or Alphino?
Alphino, yes, but Rian, no. I know Alphino, at least. Young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore is richer than all of Norveron put together, but it's a different story for them as they live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for a still tide. That's a fishing village just up the path there. Looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you.
Alright, sounds good. Also, someone coming up on their chair. Hi. Bye. Yeah, literally unplayable. Lore is busted. We are done. Uninstall this game. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Oh, this game is bad. See, this is why Shadowbringers is actually the worst. The worst expansion in all of Final Fantasy. Oh. Anytime I would ever say a discouraging word about Shadowbringers, people would always jump on me as if I was saying it was like the worst thing ever, and it was like
the absolute garbage, and it was like, just because it's not perfect doesn't mean anything.
This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having?
Water. Sure, I'll take an ale. I don't drink usually, but I mean, water usually doesn't. Actually, this is an island. And like fresh water would actually cost money. I'll take it. I'll take some water.
Fine choice. What do you be paying with?
I got Gil.
Well, now, those are exotic. Where'd you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear, I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so I'll have to come to some other arrangement.
Wait, I was gonna say, well, in the Crystarium they'd accept it, but let's be honest, these people are poorer than dirt, and they probably don't accept Gil.
Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work?
You know what? I haven't killed anything in a while. My sword is itching.
I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like.
And I love water. Speaking of, go to get some right now. Water. By the way, there are none of these creatures, even as like enemies in the first, so I'm sure people are probably freaking out just about now. Oh, now there's a blighted crop over here. Gotta get rid of them bugs. Nope. I wanted a drink yesterday, but I got shafted by like 3 different airports. Oh yeah, hey, you have to pay for that water. I'm getting rid of the blighted crops. I'm paying for it. Jeez. There we go. See? I'm doing good work. I had to sip from the tap water fountains like a pleb. I mean, let's be honest. At least you're not dehydrated like I am consistently, because I hate drinking water. I hate drinking things. I always forget to drink things. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. Okay, sure. Kong, 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 Kong. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. One more. Hey, open up! Ice! You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to bust in and save the day, brave adventurer! Thanks. I love how they didn't actually design the interior of these houses. So we just get like a visual novel explanation. Thanks, game. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Whoever was supposed to be here just decided it wasn't worth it and left. But, I mean, it's a steady job. I mean, why would they? Was it too dangerous? I'll drink some water. I'll drink some water. I'm drinking. Drink that water.
Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself?
Nothing. He's gone.
Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. What's a hopeful? In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear, and you've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
Thanks, I'll take it. More water. See, but then water tastes really good when you're dehydrated, so that makes sense. Temple tap.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh yeah, they neared it. Yep. Wait a minute, I know that voice. I don't know that poncho.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Hey. I love how they're just hiding his face. Like, we can't tell. It's Alfie.
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
Alfie.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
Wow, Alfie. Look at you helping people.
What, just like that? Oh, wow, Fino, you really are a dear.
Isn't he? He's adorable. I want to hug him.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Sounds good. Yeah, we've got stuff to talk about anyway. Just leaves the seeds. Just like, fuck them seeds.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
Yeah.
It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Now, this was the time, the Stormblood to Shadowbringers was the time when I couldn't be playing Final Fantasy XIV because my computer was bad. So, at this point, it hadn't even been a year. It'd been like nearly 2 years since I last saw Alphino, and like, I was just like, I just wanna hug you so much. I love you, tiny elf boy. We thought we'd lost you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding.
She probably gut-kicked you, let's be honest.
But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
Sounds like a plan. Also, Alice gets that gut kick. She gets it from me. Just, you know. Yeah, Alfie has a new costume, Seabook. He's so cute.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable.
We tried.
And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
Wait, Alphino. Wait, what? Exarch and Alice told me what they knew of events? What did the Exarch know about the war? Is he talking about the calamity? Oh well, whatever.
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
That never is good. That is never gonna happen. Ever. Yeah.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
And I need to save my husband, I'm just saying.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
And that would be...
which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
So the gas is what's gonna cause the calamity?
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon.
I suppose so.
Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion.
How so?
I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat.
Which is happening right now.
One being Sin Eaters, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta at least, like, figure out what they're doing, instead of just ignoring them completely.
If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
You've got it. Let's do this.
And so we take to the road once more.
Oh, Alfie's so happy and excited. See, Alfie, you need to start looking up to actual role models and not freaking Estetian. I'm just saying. Alright, Alfie, what up? Alphino is ready to take to the road once more. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, and then cross a small bridge. Yeah! The bright cliff. Wow. They weren't kidding. That cliff do bright. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mishu, you get ready to listen to it so many times. Calosa seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all of its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble! Sprint! Sprint around this iguana. Get out of the way, iguana. We got a lady to save. Oh, it's a sin eater! It's a manic madame! Don't worry, madame. Oh, thank the fates! Look out! Whoa, don't like that. Get out of here. You alright, ma'am? My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Oh, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. Alphino, you are bad at this. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Find work, of course. Are you all right, madam? But just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me.
should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate is to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eaters' task any easier. Thank you again. You've saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not left to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? A brief history, then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet, regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we their prey. Calosa suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eaters as victims grows longer by the day. Tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory, this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Oh, hey! Hey, Maggie. Someone in Novice Network has their last name as Tea Leaf, and I was just like, I wonder if they watch Critical Role. Oh, oops. That one, when the road forks that way, and then turns south. I remember making that mistake the first time too. It was like, well, it kind of looks similar. There you go. And then just walking right past it. Sup, Maggie? Heck yeah. It's been a while. The Whales Beach. Here is Gate Town. Ah, yes. The slums. Who would have thought? Here we are. Well, let's wait here and see what we can see about Gate Town.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond.
I love how this is very much a misnomer, as you will soon see.
This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
There we go.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Sir, I am married. Also, I will gut kick you. Don't even test me. Huh?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Wait. If I need to do something to compete, do I gotta make out with someone? I'm just asking. I didn't sign up for that. Also, Alfie, you're 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Zorn and Thorn.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards.
And also thanks for doing the creepy jester music from Final Fantasy IV. I was very happy when I heard this. Also, cat update, I'm still captive. My lap belonged to cat. Rip, rip shoe. Shoes defeated forever.
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
Oh no, they're rhymers. Ugh.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
I love when fish isn't on the menu. Oh yeah, it is really nice that like they'll say lass or lad, and then they have two different voice lines for it.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
I think I have an idea of what the other one might be.
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Which was why I mentioned that the open arms gate is very much a misnomer. They do not welcome everyone with open arms. Oh, nah, Alfie, I thought it was a city of clowns. Beer, 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 beer. Aqua knows. Also, perverted paradise. You know that translator, the alliteration translator.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back.
Get it? Because she's gonna cook fish? How do you know that she could cook fish? I'm just saying. Did she show you that she can cook fish? What if she's lying?
Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Wow, this lady needs to stop rhyming. Wasn't it found out that pass through the eye of a needle adage referred to camels? Yeah, so, yeah, that is actually a thing. What happened was during the daytime, the gates would open, but at night, they would close the gates because you don't want ruffians or bandits coming in when everyone's sleeping. So, like, if you did need to get in, there was, like, a tiny little, like, there's a tiny little, like, hole that, like, they would open up so that people could walk in, like, single file. And a camel could get through if, like, it, like, leaned down and, like, kind of, like, shuffled through. But it couldn't get through with all of the baggage on it. And so they would actually have to take off everything off of the camel to get it through. And so that's why it was saying a camel can't get through the eye of the needle with the riches. And that's why heaven is like the eye of the needle. A rich man can't get into heaven, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. That's the secret. That's the actual story of it. There you go. That's the secret. Yeah, Shu gets it. Shu knows. Aqua knows. Aqua knows the secret. That's a spoiler. Shush. We'll get to that. Yay! She's going in! Everyone, well, at least they're nice about it instead of, like, beating her up for being chosen.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for?
Oh, they're waiting for something else. That's it.
Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident!
What is that? That's a peach butt. What is that? It's just peach. It's literally just a peeled peach. Also, I see 2 peaches right over there. Look at those boobies. Hey, okay, I'm done.
For you! Enjoy!
Yeah, that's what they were cheering for. They wanted handouts.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Shoe with the blush. Yeah, butts. I'm just saying. That was definitely a peach butt. I'm just saying. That wasn't meal. That was just a butt.
Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Yes, Shoe, I needed that. We needed the butt emote. Thank you. Something seems weird, yeah. And so, we've been talking about this. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Is it the meal? Does it taste like crap? I'm just saying. Well, have fun in Yulmore, fish lady. Zorn and Thorn are looking at me. Ugh, creepy smile. Go away, lady. By the way, stupid question, Seabook asks, but do the Magitech shoot the beams like in Final Fantasy VI? They don't do exactly that, but they do, you can fire stuff with them. So let me, there we go. See, they got a little machine gun. And then you can fire a beam like that. That's the closest you get. Whoop. A very fitting emote, yes. The creepy smile, the creeped out face. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. It's a wonder Rian got in when he did, although, given that he is a mistel with very powerful ties to mercantile businesses, he must have found a way somehow. They say that this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. Why would they work? Why would they try to work and better their lives out there when they could just get free handouts? Am I right? Can you guess that Final Fantasy XIV was made by a bunch of capitalists who don't like China? They don't like communism. Dun 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 dun. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that... Well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Yeah, this is very much a, Japan is like, hey, communism's bad. Actually do something instead of sitting around getting handouts. And pretending that everything is okay when you could make yourselves better. Hey, this is that begrimed bloke that was telling me that I had a few tricks. Still here, are ya? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. The meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Oof. Can't imagine you tasted any of that fish culinarian's food then. Thanks, US or JP, for your joint capitalism. Dun 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 dun. So yeah, sorry if you guys like socialism. Final Fantasy XIV is not having it. So, oh, a bubbling cook pot. Let's check this. large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, male, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. That's it. That's all you have. You can't even go out and, like, find some, like, herbs outside? Oof. Oh, hey, it's, Mistel, I think that's the name. Tio Reek. Huh. Appearances aside, I'm actually a rather fastidious fellow, so you can imagine how little I enjoy living in this stinking filth. Ugh, I just need to hold my nose until the day I can walk through that gate. Good luck, man. Ugh, right through the bushes. Preoccupied petticoats. Next 14 is going to teach us about trickle-down economics. Thanks, Ju. Actually, they also have a lot of, what is it called? Pro-life quests. My favorite is there's a quest here where they're like, there's a story of, like, an evil, like, ghosty over at the bridge, and then you go to the bridge and then you fight 2 ghosts, and then you talk to the guy and it's like, 2 ghosts? Oh, the mother threw herself off of the bridge when her husband died, but she was pregnant at the time, so there were 2 souls, and you're just like, oh boy. Awkward. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that awaits me in those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Yeah, yikes, Rowie. It is super big. It's super huge. Like, thank goodness it was a side quest and not a main story, because I assure you, if that was main story stuff, some people would have been so pissed. People would have been, like, talking about it all over Twitter.
You've seen what Gate Town has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts and mail, and believe Yulmore is the answer to all of their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Unable? It's almost like, Do you think there's mind control involved? What? You disapprove of these people's way of life? I didn't take you to be a hardcore capitalist, Elfie. Disapprove? It frustrates me, certainly. That's only the part of it, though. The whole situation makes me uneasy. Not that it matters. However unjust the system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty like by the hand of some capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Calosa. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the sea surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagan. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Hitaru took great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discover that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offer to produce such goods for them, they promise to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Yulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. That sounds like a great idea. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. After all, that's how Rian first managed to get into Yulmore himself. Well then, let's get to it. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Let's do this. Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first then, we must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in Right. Come, it is just to the northwest of here. Yeah, I didn't mention, I wasn't saying anything. Someone was listening in on our private conversation. Who would have thought that that would happen in the slums? But yes, it was kind of really quick and one-off, but I had the Crystal Exarch mention that Brian did manage to get in and was relaying information outside of Yulmore, but suddenly stopped, and they can't get in contact with him. So that's why they're sending Alphino in to try and get closer inside to see if Rian is okay. So we can't contact Rian because if we try to, he just doesn't respond. He may be in way too deep that if he does respond, he gets outed as a spy or something. So we need to be a little careful and find out what's going on. Yeah, it might be an oh no thing, but it might just be that he is that he's so far undercover that if he like takes time out of the day to start talking to people in a link shell out of nowhere, that his cover might be blown. So he might be safe, but he might be careful. This is Moshamoa, the farmer of whom I spoke. Is this something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moshamoa. This is my associate, Calosa. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No. He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it! Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Alright, let me go check. Oh, I'm sure it's fine, Aqua. Also, Fat Chocobo. Yes, cake! Let him eat cake. Alright, you can have a Gisha green. Here you go. Trying so hard! Trying! Oh Lord! Oh Lord, he trying! Oh wait, this must be looking around over here. Search the surroundings for a male Misto with short blue hair. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Alright, let's do it. Run, Fat Bo, run! Oh, I see something. There he is! There he is! Look at this loser. Look at this big giant loser. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. He even has my blue hair. Do you think this is me in the other world? Do you think this is the soul that's me? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. He looks kind of like me. You think this is what's my counterpart? Calosa, any sign of him? See a loser right over there. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. You've a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape. Cat spotted. Gotta look for the Catarinos. Oh.
I know that this isn't the real Midgard Sorber, but it just tickles me that, like, I managed to bring Midgard Sorber into the first with me because he belongs to me. Don't think too deeply on that. His hair's a little darker. Yeah, it might be. I didn't.
There you are.
Oh, sorry, Alphino. There you are. Yeah, it is.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Kai Shear. Look at this dork. Can I beat him in the head?
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing?
Yeah, can't you just go to right? You were literally right over there. Right over there. And like, just like, you know, till the soil and like, maybe they'll give you some food. Like, as thanks, you know? It's not that hard.
What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
Yeah, and then they abandoned you. I'm just saying. Well, Alfie? Just say the word and I'll beat him.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
Alfie said arouse. Alfie, you're 16, don't do that.
You'll give me your place, just like that.
Alfie, you bleeding heart.
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Tell him the intricacies of the plan. Get out of here, you scallywag.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death.
Really, Alphino? He literally could have just gone to right and, like, they didn't seem to hate him over there. He literally just wants to be with his friends and he's being a whiny baby about it. Like, straight up, I'm just saying. Whatever, Alfie. Fine.
I do not regret my decision. Yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
It's fine. He'll be fine. He's just an idiot.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world. That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if...
Whoops. Sorry, Alfie. Sorry, Alfie. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless? Meaning we'd better hurry... Quite possibly. That means we'd better hurry up and think of a new plan. That's not who you are, Alphino. And I accept that, even though you are kind of a dork.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alphino.
Ever the slave to sentiment.
That number one, that was a pretty good impression. Really liked it. 2, Alphino, I was the one who called you bleeding heart and did the same exact thing. And then you're thinking of Estinian instead. I thought I was your big sister.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending.
Sure. That's probably for the best.
Shall we return to Wright then?
Better than nothing.
Is that?
Your face? Lamau got him. Wait, what?
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
I don't know why. Oh yeah, because I said here we go. Okay. I was like, why am I singing it? Why am I singing the Mario thing? Why? Got it. I get it. I get it. I get it now. Oh man. Bad at video games.
Here, he's breathing, I think. Though he won't last long without help.
Weekend Wretch. Yeah, you could tell the alliteration translator did this entire storyline.
That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy! Mercy, I beg you! Mercy? Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. Poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going.
Alphino, you will never stop being excited to get firewood. It's adorable.
I thought for certain I was dead. How can I ever repay this kindness?
We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name?
Tristol, I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist.
Huh?
A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city.
Vothry?
Within days they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him all I wanted was to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the God's damned ocean.
From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces?
Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much.
Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment.
Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. To Yulmore, his word is law.
The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first we should convey Tristol to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air.
This whole place is a coast, I'm just saying. It's an island. A way into the city.
wanted what Tristal will do now.
Well, pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors to the awful place, it makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this.
What?
It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting, and they wouldn't notice that you had used it before? They wouldn't just recognize it? Sure, whatever.
Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession.
I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now on until my dying day. Should you make it into the city, have care what you say and do. I wouldn't want you to save my life only for you to lose your own.
They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon this advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching to that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? Sure, why not? Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Calosa is a carpenter, but they don't need a carpenter, and that's the problem. If they needed a carpenter, she would have been fine. But, I mean, it's not like they want people to make, they want like carpenters to make the slums look nice. What do they care? And the city itself looks nice enough. They don't need any others. So, yeah, carpenter's probably not high on their list of things that they actually need. Ripper Dipperoni. Yeah. Now we wait. This should be as good a place as any. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. A painter. I can paint, portraits at least, landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh ho, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold, such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Oh-ho! Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prat to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. Who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I go with her or not at all?
Okay, not at all then. Get out.
Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to your more sweet embrace.
Expectantly waiting.
Oh, mercy me, the mill! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
And here, my friends, just about... we had a little bit of a hiccup at the very beginning, so gonna lose out on about 3 minutes, but I think this is a good place to set ourselves up. We're down here in the smaller parts of Yulmore, but next time we're heading in. We're gonna figure out what's going on inside and see if we can find Durian. But until then, I'll see you guys another time. Bye bye.